Money on my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? We are back at it again with a portfolio update. This time for April of 2025. The numbers are in. Good, bad, ugly. But before we get to that, make sure you hit that like button on the way in, because right now I need the support. Obviously, markets are red, so everybody's got to be checked on. Are you okay? Are you still in the markets? I also need you to subscribe if you've been here more than twice. For those of you who are newcomers to the channel, we have been having an influx of subscribers, and I appreciate each and every one of you. The first week of the month, the first full week of the month, mind you, we do our updates. So we get portfolio updates. Obviously, you're catching this on Tuesday. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. We normally don't have a drop on Tuesday, but the first full week of the month, we do, because we got to talk numbers. Not only are we going to talk numbers, we do the full breakdown. We go ahead and look at the actual numbers, and then we go in detail on those positions. This month's going to be a little bit different. We're running into some issues with Snowball Analytics and the syncing with my account, so some of the transactions aren't there. Not exactly happy about it, but it is what it is. So we're just going to be having a conversation. There's lots to go over. We've been making lots of moves. We've been deploying some margin, getting out of some positions, tweaking some other positions. I'm recording this, well, normally I record it right at the end of the month, so we're a little bit into April, which actually, honestly, is doing a little bit credence. It's a little bit redder than it was when I was originally going to try to record it at the end of the month of March. Because, yeah, it's April now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So this is the portfolio update for March 2025. I don't know why I said April. That's how bewildering this is. The markets are reeling from our Liberation Day announcement. Trump went hard in the paint and did not do what the people expected, and the markets are adjusting. I don't have an opinion on it yet. Still waiting. The jury's out. I'm going to see what happens. I'm excited about the jobs that are coming in. Once the market adjusts to the new reality, once we get some negotiations done and see what goes through, what the actual effects are, it's going to be interesting. I will say that most of my portfolio should be pretty tariff proof because it's cryptocurrency and there's not tariffs on crypto. So, people are panic selling, and I am getting ready to start panic buying because it's what you do. Everybody's going to get out of position. I'm going to get those juicy prices. I'm going to bolster my portfolio. Obviously, if we're going to be in a little bit of a kerfuffle of a downtrend here, I'm going to need more shares to keep my prices the same so that I can keep above $1,000 a month in dividends. We've broken down from 2,000, so like now we're just like trying to make sure we stay above water on 1,000. That's kind of where we're at right now. We're gonna go ahead and jump right on into this portfolio. Now we're gonna just be working out of the Schwab today. We're not gonna have the Snowball Analytics for context. I'm pretty sure that we are sitting at 0%. We're still even in total return, which is cool. So like the dividends are doing their things. I reiterate this every time I talk about it. In this high yield space, this is a game of capital allocation. Those of you who are just dripping indefinitely, more power to you. I don't necessarily believe mathematically that works out well long term. It's what you do with the income that you're generating that's going to decide how your portfolios end up. Now, mine is laser focused. I am trying to get rich. I'm not rich yet. I look around Reddit, and it seems like everybody's already rich, which is funny that they want to be in this space. It's like, oh, you can just spin up $100,000 portfolio today. Like, why? Like, why are you here? Like, what's the deal, bro? I don't get it, but to each their own. We're trying to get rich though, so everything's crypto focused. As you can see, we are down 33.07%, which is a collective total of $12,598.91. God, it hurts reading that number. On the today of recording, we are down 8.76%, which is it's down $2,277.35. This is the reality of being in crypto, and this is the nice side of it. The active portfolio that I have for crypto is way worse than this, and it doesn't produce near as much income, which is why we are going to be making a lot of shifting and doubling down in this portfolio. So let's talk about the positions. We've got that fiat dividend that it won't let me sell. I'm waiting till it gets to a whole share, and I'm selling it. I want it gone. I don't like it. It's terrible. Now to the portfolio that actually matters. We've got LFG. Why? We've got 10 shares of that. We are currently down 10% on the position as far as the portfolio with asset cost and value. MARO from YieldMax also, we are down 40.45%. That one took a nosedive down to sub $20. I am going to keep it in the portfolio. I want 2 big checks. And that's the name of that story. It's 2 big checks. Misty, we are looking at, because I bought myself some more time because I was looking at condensing the portfolio down, and now it's not even worth doing that. I was going to go ahead and hold a little bit of some L's, sell some shares off, and then buy back in. I'm going to be watching the market because at this point, doing that and getting a little bit of the debt out of the way is an option. I only think about that when the market's down, if I think it's going to continue to go down, and I honestly don't know. Like, I'm kind of sitting this out because this was a shock. Because we were on a back uptrend the day of the announcement. We touched $88,000 in Bitcoin. Stuff was turning around, and as soon as that whole tariff conversation went through, I listened to it. It's important if you're in these markets, you got to listen to the things that affect you. I listened to it. I didn't think as a citizen it sounded bad. The market hated it. So, and a lot of people hated it, and then the market hated it, and then people hated it because of the market. And now everybody's talking short term. Price hasn't changed on anything yet. Not a single thing. And everybody's up in arms as though they all hold stock when 4 weeks ago they couldn't afford eggs. So I'm just like, how do you hold stock and you can't buy eggs? That would be an interesting problem, but I don't think in America it's a reality. So I'm waiting to see what we're going to do if we're going to have further downtrend, because to be honest, none of these positions are tariff affected. Crypto is not tariff affected. The whole reason we're here is so we don't have to deal with tariffs or the effects thereof. The debasement of the dollar is going to happen no matter what. But now we're going to have to see, because this seems like he's made a play at getting these rates down so that people can afford houses again, which would be nice. I'd like to get another one. So we'll see if the rates come down. I think if we get back into a space where he bullies the Fed into bringing down some rates, we start looking at cheap money, risk on assets are back, baby. And that is the market that I am in. So right now we are just in indefinite buy mode. We will be deploying some margin. We will be deploying some strategy around that we will be going over on future financial strategies. We'll be doing that on one of the Thursday shows. As it sits right now in the income portfolio, we're down bad, but it's still making money. Last month, we pulled in a total of $1,729 in dividends. which was down $364 from the previous month. Can't complain about that. We did break $2,000 in January and February. February, we were over 2,000. I was hoping that we could keep an uptrend, but the markets need to be going up for us to be able to hit the uptrend that we're wanting. On the downside of this, like, we're just kind of going to be where we're at, and we're just going to have to sit with that and meditate on it and marinate on it. But 1729, not bad number. So we're going to try and keep that going, because what we're looking at is you want to be able to generate income during this time. That's what we're wanting. We want that to be what's going on. And it is. But also, now we're buying our cost averages down, because I do believe that we're going to have an uptrend after the market gets its bearings. And I want to, get past our cost of entry as soon as possible. So we will be putting in some buys, especially on Misty. That's a big primary purchase for us. We'll see what the market looks like tomorrow. There's a couple other positions that we might be deploying in if we're going to deploy our investment side of that margin capital and get that back up. As you can see, our cash investments, we are at negative $1,778.63. Like I said, we've been deploying margin. I have a roof of $2,500 that I am allotting myself for times like this. I only deploy margin when things are bedlammy, which basically, once the Misty gets to negative 30 in assets, which we are at 31 right now here. So I have 3 positions that I could deploy. I'd be okay to deploy margin on right now that are going to be longs. YETH, we're trying to get to 100 shares there. That could be a potential play. Yield max, obviously the MSTR, the Misty position, we broke 30 again, so we're going to be most likely everything's just going to go into Misty, just to be honest, and I'll wheel out of Misty or tap margin tastefully out of Misty as that opportunity comes around, because that's our primary. That's our go-to. That's my high conviction, very long-term hold for this portfolio. And normally when I end up nuking the portfolio down, I consolidate everything into Misty. Now, and that's basically sitting around tax loss harvesting at that point. Like, when I say nuke the portfolio down, it's like, hey, I'm upside down in a bunch of positions. I'll remove all positions and put them into Misty, and then just deal out of Misty. I don't believe that I will be doing that. I mean, technically, YETH, I could eat that. That could be eaten. Not gonna lie. Because that is literally our that entire position is for portfolio reinvestment. I also have a chunk of portfolio reinvestment in Misty, so I could eat some of those shares and put those into the Misty pool within that, and buy our cost average down a little bit more. We're almost down to under $28, I believe. And that would be good for me. But we're gonna go ahead and move on. This is it is what it is. Everything's ugly. We're gonna go ahead and jump into our long-term holdings portfolio, because that's going to also be an interesting conversation. So over here, we got $100 in dry powder that we've got sitting, waiting. Everything in this portfolio is also down pretty bad. not as bad, but we got to talk about some moves. So we've been making some moves here, and I am pretty excited about it. So first and foremost, we switched out YBTC for LFGY because I like the diversification amongst the crypto space. So it's still focused, but it's diversified. Also, while we are hitting some volatility, it's been pretty solid. So like I can't complain about that. We also had some sells. We sold off Palantir at a profit, just at 30%. I got rid of it because Palantir is a great company. I was making a play on it, and I was looking at it more as a trade as opposed to something that I wanted to buy long term. So we sold it. We also sold our MicroStrategy shares. We're going to break that down. Why do we sell it? Well, as the price was dropping, I got a wild idea. I sold my 10 MicroStrategy shares that I got, and I bought MSTX with it. MSTX is a play on MicroStrategy. It's 2x leverage long, which means that when MicroStrategy goes down, MSTX tanks. When MicroStrategy goes up, MSTX gets 2x the performance on that. So I took that pool of money since we were down, and this is what I'm going to be doing moving forward, because you're going to see the opposite side of this play on when we're running back up. So once we start moving back up, you'll get to see the opposite side of this play. So MSTX gives 2x leverage on the upside. Since we dipped, I sold the MicroStrategy shares, and I was like, I'm going to make a play on this since it's going down, because that's what I do in all my other with my Bitcoin. Like I start putting levered longs in when the price drops. MicroStrategy is down, so I sold it, and I didn't play this exactly how I'm going to play it moving forward, but I digress. It was my first time messing with it to see how it will work, and it seemed like it will work. But I put it all in MSTX. I sold Palantir, bought some MSTX, and now anytime MSTX drops 10%, I will buy more. And so I've got $100 of dry powder. We'll probably be deploying that tomorrow since we're in the ballpark. We're 1% off. I might as well, throw a little bit at it, bring down that cost average. I'm not buying MSTX over my cost average. I'll buy it down, but I won't buy it over. So on the flip side of this, as soon as MSTX runs up 30%, we will sell off the amount to get our 10 shares back, and then I will keep whatever's left and let that run a little bit further or let it ride. Depending on how much we go up, and then I will also sell it back off on the way down. And as we go up, if we get to 50%, whenever we get to that point, as far as my dollar cost average and what I'm going to be kicking over, because starting this month, at the end of the month, I'm buying 1 share of MicroStrategy stock, gets that amount allocation, the cash amount, whatever it is at the end of the month, is getting transferred over into this portfolio as either dry powder, or we will be making a buy. If the price is down, we will be buying MSTX. If the price is up, we will be buying MSTZ, which is the inverse. And as the prices go up, because I don't want to buy out of my average, we'll keep stacking either one side or the other. So that way, when the price reverses, we'll take that cash out on MSTZ and use it to convert over to MicroStrategy stock when it's up 30%. And I'm just going to kind of swing trade it. It's my way of swing trading my MicroStrategy stock to get as many shares of MicroStrategy as I can. And we will also be getting adding in shares of STRK. Yeah. 8% with convertibility. They can pay you in money or they can pay you in stock, I'll take that, because that also gives me the play on either getting some cash infusion into the portfolio or some MicroStrategy stock. I'll take either. And so we'll be doing 1 share of that, 1 share of MicroStrategy, collect cumulatively, based on price. Our cutoff for the price for MicroStrategy is 350. So if MicroStrategy is over 350, we'll just be kicking 350 over, because if we're over 350, we're going to be buying MSTZ, which is going to be getting destroyed, and we're going to be stocking up on shares of that. And we will also be getting a share of STRK, and that kind of sits stable about where it's at. And we're going to be adding 1 share of that in monthly as well. Those are the goals. That's what we're looking at. So pretty excited about that. Portfolio's down bad. We're only down 11.66% in this portfolio, which is only $642.96, because we do have some positions that are in the green, specifically DeFi Technologies, which I called that back at 60 cents. And I hope some of you guys got it when it was worth change. And then, we got our profit out of it. We're on house money now. House money's still up. I still have a few shares because I was going to sell that down to 250. That's another play that we might potentially make in this portfolio, because we're down 30% in our SOL strategies. And it'd probably be a good idea to buy some of that average down for the bull run. It's also giving us a better position, and it's very inexpensive right now. So once the markets flip and turn back around for us, we can make more profit out of that position. Now, those are both trades. They're long dated trades, but they're very much trades for the Bitcoin bull run. And yeah, so we've got that going. Market's ugly, less ugly in the long-term holdings portfolio, which is kind of nice. The important thing to remember is when there is blood in the streets, that's when you get hype. I mean, I don't know any better way to say it aside from, I don't like this screen. The money in the background. That's the one I like. I don't know any better way to say it. It's just, this is the markets that I like. I tell people I get excited when the market's down, because all you've seen is fear, desperation, and rage. None of those people are making good investment decisions right now. And it's blatantly obvious that none of those people have a plan or had a plan. I do have a plan. I've got a thesis. I've got a thesis that I'm perfectly fine indefinitely buying red until the cows come home, because we're still getting good news for Bitcoin, which bodes well for everything in my portfolio now, because it's very focused on crypto. I'm not worried about short-term pain. I am not gambling with the rent money. The mortgage is paid every month. We're managing the debt. We're getting ready to start focusing in on that as well, which is going to tie into the strategy that we were going to have going. And yeah, I'm not playing. I'm locked in. Laser eyes. We're going all in. We're gaming this as much as possible. We're making some pivots. It's about to be income portfolios, Bitcoin and Ethereum and Chainlink, as far as what we're purchasing. Like it's about to get real out here. And I'm really not messing around. I'm not messing around. So like the opportunity that's being presented, this horrible quote unquote market crash, I always tell people that you can't base your predictions around black swans, but this seems to be our black swan event for 2025, is the tariff conversation. And Bitcoin bottomed out and held 82,000. That's kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. The other thing that we're doing is you touch and go, you capitalize on it. So tomorrow, if the markets are still down, I'm going to deploy probably another $500 in margin, drive that margin up a little bit, make some purchases, do some shopping. I'm going to make some adjustments within the long-term holding portfolio. Got $100 in dry powder, buy a few more shares of MSTX. Go ahead and burn that out if we're down 10%, because that's the metric at which I will buy more. If the market starts bouncing back, if the crypto market starts bouncing back, then we're going to make the adjustments accordingly. And then, it'll be a good video for looking at the past, because obviously we're pre-recording this, but it's going to be interesting to see where the market is Tuesday when this goes live. But I'm not concerned. The only thing I'm concerned about is not being able to buy enough at this point. We're getting ready to start selling stuff around the house and doing side gigs. Like that's where we're at. It's time to bring in the money. Time to start doing money things. Till next month, people. It's been a good one. Thank you for tapping in for the March portfolio update. You guys getting to see it. I mean, this is full disclosure. Not every month is a win. You're going to lose. You can't be in this market if you can't look at numbers going down. Like, you're not going to be a good investor, because there's nothing that you're going to invest in that's only going to go up. You're going to get slapped in the mouth sometimes. You're going to get punched in the face. You're going to get kicked in the guts. You're going to get pushed over. It's what you do during the down markets that make you a good investor. Everyone's good when the market's going up. That's when it's easy. This is when investors show whether they're good or not, whether they're willing to follow their thesis, whether they have their money where their mouth is. And I'm not going to get busted out. Like, I'm doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down. Like, we're here. We're in it to win it. Till next month, people, it's your boy Reckless Ray De Niro, and we are out. Peace.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.